going out and going to college or getting a job. These are the decisions we have to make, and now we know where we're going pretty much. I would like to introduce Wyatt Webb, who's going to be going to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and majoring in computer science.
This is it. Okay. I developed a theory not too long ago that graduation speeches are a lot like Christmas fruitcakes. There are only 5 of them in existence, and they just keep getting passed around. The standard ingredients have always been the same. We're going to bring about world peace. We're going to cure all disease. We're going to eliminate hunger. We're going to make $100,000 a year, drive a Porsche, and live in a penthouse. Our parents, of course, still haven't figured out if we're going to do this before or after we clean our rooms. Strictly speaking, though, the problems facing the 88 graduating class are the same ones that face the 58 and the 68 graduating classes. We now stand on the threshold, as they did, proclaiming to the world that we are going to become doctors, lawyers, scientists, social workers, and business executives, when in reality, most of us will end up working for someone else, paying taxes, buying Maytags, and looking forward to weekend barbecues. This reality should not, however, get in the way of our obtaining any happiness. If we can learn anything from the graduating classes of 58 and 68, it should be that we don't have to equate happiness with the size of our paycheck, the size of our house, or the name on our car. There will be, out of all the graduating classes across the country, a certain percentage that will make a larger-than-life impact on the world. The rest of us will just remember and say, "I knew them when." But as I see it, the challenges facing this graduating class of 88 are a bit more basic than world hunger and nuclear buildup. If I could say it in one word, I think that word would be accountability. When a generation comes out of our nation's high schools united in the thought that we are accountable to each other in the words we speak and the deeds we do, then there will be a groundswell of change. If I say to someone, "Friend, if you leave those drugs alone, I'll stand by you," then we will be accountable. If I say to someone, "If you will start respecting yourself, then I will stand by you," then we will be accountable. Then and only then will there be more people extending a helping hand than looking for a handout. If you say, "Will you marry me?" we should mean, "Will you be my spouse forever?" Not, "Will you be my spouse until money gets short, until we discover each other's bad habits, until you get in the way of my hobbies, or until you no longer look good in a swimsuit." Then we will be accountable. Somewhere along the line, we were sold and we bought the ill-gotten idea that just because we say it doesn't mean we have to do it. Therefore, people are telling all kinds of other people things they want to hear and not the things they need to hear. And by and large, they never intended to follow through with any of it anyway. In other words, service to our fellow man has been degenerated to lip service. So let's not say, "I'm going to bring about world peace and cure all disease." Let's just say, "I'm going to do everything in my power to keep the promises I make." And then let's be accountable to those promises. Suppose our generation became known as the generation that put more emphasis on our child's first step than our first promotion, that felt stronger about the length of our marriage than the length of our boat, and that communicated our values between each other rather than having them spoon-fed to us through television and slick ad campaigns. Ladies and gentlemen, the heartbeat of America is not a car. It's America's freedoms. One nation under God. Oh, and by the way, for those of you that spend all your time trying to keep God out of the schools, I got some interesting news. I was there for 4 years, and he was there every day. A healthy free enterprise system, a government accountable to the people, and a people accountable to each other. Let that be our legacy. So let's not end our 4 years as naive as we began them, but truly 4 years wiser. West Linn graduates, let's start this generation off with a few promises to ourselves. 1, I promise to think before I react. 2, I promise not to commit myself unless I fully intend to follow through. 3, I promise to be a good steward with the money I earn and the possessions I acquire. And finally, 4, I promise to be accountable. Thank you.